both can't get a tap onto it. Bliss does, will fist up. Gets down to Gibbs, back in the team this week. He handballs it to Drake, back in the team this week as well. Back Gibbs on swing on the outer side, left foot around the corner. Drops the mark on his chest, should have taken it. Tried to play for a free kick, couldn't pick it up. And then going back the other way, Braden Smith just tapped a kick. Actually might have been out of bounds on the full. So the lead's on from Riccardi. And from behind there was a hold from the Geelong veteran. And it will be a free kick to Werribee Centrals. Collins it is who gives it away, and so Werribee try and switch play through their coach Leach, who runs through the goal square at defensive end and goes towards centre wing, but taking the mark is Aaron Eddy for Bannockburn in between wing and half forward for the Tigers. The driver back, he goes long. Well, he's kicked it to Billy Calado in the front stalls, I think, because it's out wide. He's just lucky that there's Deeks Hardigan, big throw in at the back. Lewis tapped it down for the Tigers. Woods couldn't pick it up. Across half forward now was a high tackle. Play on, said the umpire. Comes back towards Lewis. Werribee Leach is there. Hardigan gets it away by hand. Bray now runs from half back. Goes to the middle. Out there. In front of Gibbs. No, he doesn't. He drops it. Gibbs keeps the pressure on. He goes around the corner. Calvert takes the mark. Dando's got the job on him this afternoon. Takes it between wing and half forward on the outside. So Werribee's first attacking 4-8, but he switches back towards the middle. Johns takes the mark uncontested. Still in the middle of the ground. Goes the right foot kick long towards Keisha. He's called out, and called out well, I think, too, because coming out is... How are we saying it?
Iordanis,
Iordanis. Michael
Iordanis.
Ordanis. Michael Ordanis.
I reckon that I might be a bit silent.
All right, a silent I. Taking the mark, and will shoot for goal from 30 metres out directly in front.
But if Grubby's listening, he can come and tell us.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. So, Michael Ordanis. Chance for Werribee to put the first score on the board this afternoon. He comes in now, right foot, and keeps it pretty low, and he has missed to the far side through for one behind. So that is the first score of the afternoon.
The master, but did it very well. The ball thrown back into play. Ruck work done by Farron Hardingham. Gets the ball down. Picked up there for Werribee. Goes over the top looking at Johns. He overruns the ball. With him is Hobbs. Players now. I think the umpire's going to call it. Oh, geez, I know he's pinned there.
Gee whiz, just Johns.
Gee, that's a bit... referee kick's going to go to Jamie on the half forward line. So Hobbs now with the ball on the forward line, kicks the ball back inside, looking for, but only finds David Leach, who's come out of it and taken the mark. So Leach in the fence today, up, goes looking for the umpire, I think, but Toby Bray picks the ball up and now drips the ball towards centre half forward from behind. Hickleton, able to knock the ball to the front of the contest, picked up by Mollivis, round the corner, very quickly into the forward 50, won by Keisha, comes out and meets the ball, looking for upcoming pass, goes by Carlton. He goes wide looking for Iordanis. Oh, bit of a push there or a trip. The umpires
both.
And free kick will go to
Ordanis.
Gee, pretty lucky there. I think he might have just a little bit of a stumble, and unfortunate there for the Bannockburn, and he might have just got a little bit of hand. It looked a lot worse than what it was.
I think the wind's around because that was the scoring end of the ground down the bottom end, but it's might be going across the ground. Looks like this is probably the best place to get goal from this breeze. Left-hand post, let the breeze do the work. So Iordanis coming in now, 25 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle. That's a better look. He's let it go, but I don't think he's allowed enough. It goes through for another minor score.
Thought about short to Matt foot. He's called a play on now. Just chips it up over the top of Drake. Can set him a task because what's right behind him. Drake keeps his feet. There's the skunk behind him. Wraps up. Foot's there as well. Holding the ball, said the umpire.
Oh, red hot.
So Jason Drake has been tackled there by Paul Haggerty. And the skunk, as he's been named by Dale, will shoot for goal from 20 metres out. Bit of a tight angle though from that side, right footer with the breeze into his face. We'll see how he goes. He needs to keep it low. He goes in. Oh, he hasn't kept it low. He's kicked it pretty high and across the face of goal. Great mark taken by Braden Smith in the pocket. He chips it back towards the middle. Bray, and he takes back under pressure from Justin Bliss and will shoot for goal from 30 metres out directly in front. Should have no trouble, especially with the distance and hopefully for Werribee Centrals with the accuracy.
They've started pretty well, haven't they? They've probably had most of the run of the moment. They've had, obviously, the more important shots on goal so far. They just haven't been able to capitalise on them. But they've got a great mark there from Smith. Been fantastic for Werribee this year. I reckon he'd be one that would all be pressing for selection in that of the year.
So Toby Bray, 30 metres out. Comes in, right foot kick. That's better, straight through it all. For Toby Bray, his first of the afternoon.
Back in the centre of the ground, goes up, foot up for acceptances. The ball come out, now there's a free kick. Going against his foot there, I don't know if it was four, but Hardingham was holding the free kick, and he goes by hand to Bray, and a Bray ball again. This is not as good off the boot, and getting it better was Chris Reek, and Reek takes the mark off the half-back flank. So Reek with the ball. Played well last week against North Geelong, I believe, so he has the ball now, looking for options. He's going to be called upon. The umpire does so now. Goes towards centre wing. Favre's the target. Gets to the top. Picked up there by Lewis. By hand. Goes to foot Lewis. Needs to pick the ball up and gets the handball across to Alistair Wood. Now he loads up. Goes in towards the goal square towards R18. Oh, he couldn't see it. He lost in the sun. Falls in the hands of Perkins. Tries to reach the ball. Does so. Goes to Eddie, who tries to shield the ball. That came off the boot. And David, unfortunately, has kicked the ball out of bounce on the full. The resulting free kick going towards Aaron Eddie. Forward pocket. All right for a right foot. Will be able to run around and swing the ball back. But now, umpire still sitting on line.
Good tackle from Langfield before that ball spilled out.
Eddie now plays, kicks round the corner, brings back far too far, and unfortunately gets out of bounce on the full. So Bannockburn still yet to score. And we have played.
Doesn't stand out physically or with with the hair stuff. And I suppose his game, he doesn't have that profile either. So I don't know whether he'll pull too many votes, but he's definitely been fantastic this year for Werribee.
Leach from the last line defence goes long, looking for Hardingham. Gains 65 metres. Werribee Central's running in front of the ball, but they've dropped it though, and it will be a Bannockburn free kick. Good tackle by Dylan Watt. And in between wing and half forward on the outer side, plays on quickly, tries to drill the ball to Drake. It's over his head, falls towards Hobbs. He can't take it with him, under pressure. Now Leach going the other way. Werribee with the numbers across half back. Can they get free? No, they can't. They run into Riccardi and a couple of others. The umpire says play on the ball. Has spilt free towards Perkins now. And Dean Perkins has kicked the goal. Sorry.
Every week, I reckon. Both of them, actually, you would. So the ball back in the middle of the ground. It's hard-working Bray underneath the contest. Picked there by Devon Ellis. He's tackled. Ball comes out. I think it's Bray that's back in there again. No, it wasn't. It was Burke. He does well. Goes to Carlton. Went back looking for Beck. Now Beck able to get back on his right foot and Smith's the target. Gee, it's a dangerous kick coming front, middle of the ground. And it wasn't accurate. And it's picked off there by Alistair Woods. Plays on now. Goes towards Riccardi at half forward. Comes out. Takes the mark. Swings on the left foot. Long kick. Goes looking for Reddy. He's the target. Behind him. The ball is spoiled by Langfield, but Lee Perkins arrives again. Handball goes back, and a picked good short kick there from Eddie goes into Dylan Watt, and Dylan Watt has taken the mark 35 metres out from goal, almost directly in front.
Well, we saw that the Bannockburn were able to invent a goal there last time, and I suppose that was the sort of thing they just needed to get the game into gear. They just needed to get off the mark, and now that bit of play there was much better than what we've seen so far from them in this first quarter.
So Dylan Watt will kick from about 35 to 40 metres out, as I said, almost directly in front. Normally a good kick at goal. Don't think it's going to have the carry. It's going to, it's going to go through, and it's through for a major score.
Arna's having a run in the middle, gets it towards Calvert, who goes up. He loves this type of weather, Simon Calvert. He'll be in his element this afternoon. At half forward goes towards the leader, Keisha. Punched away by Giles. Did the job last week on Elsie. Handball comes back, and now Hickleton off a step towards half back. Watt's just on the ground. Got a hand to it. Fell into the arms of Bliss. Over the top by hand. Now foot race. Drake gets a Shepherd. Gets it from centre wing. Little right foot kick around the corner towards Nick Farr. He got a hand on it. Needs to pick it up now and does. Shuffles it out to Watts. He's wrapped up though. Tries to lose the footy. Got rid of it, said the umpire. Pack develops around him at half forward. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. Bannockburn back into attack.
Good strong tackle there from Galley.
So ruck contest, Hardingham up against Nick Farr. Farr gets it down, big thump away too, towards half forward, but Leach gets there. The tackle came though from Perkins again, put the pressure on. Woods the turnover, right foot kick outside of the boot, just misses. And through for one behind. So Bannockburn's for and Burke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
An experienced group too. So the kick out from Leach is going to land, I reckon, near on centre wing. He had one bounce outside the square. It's picked up there by Bliss. Handball, I suppose, was good because it went to Perkins. Now he kicks inside and finds Matthew Lewis. So Lewis just outside 50 decides to play on. Knew what he wanted to do, but went a bit quick for himself. Finds Riccardi in the forward pocket. So probably not the ideal spot to be, but the kick's sensational into Nick Farr. And he didn't have to change side and hit him right in front of his eyes. So a nice kick there from Peter Riccardi.
If he had dropped that, he would have had two black eyes.
Yeah, he would have.
Straight through his head.
So Nick Farr, he's a good mobile player. It's just a shame that Johnny O'Shaughnessy still wasn't running around for the Bannockburn side. Would be very handy, but
it's your man, isn't he?
Yeah, I love Johnny O'Shaughnessy, a good man. And the kick from Nick Farr is good off the boot and goes through for a major. So there's the third. We'll let him go.
Back to the middle. Hardingham up against Foot again. Foot goes early. Hardingham gets it down off half forward Carlton, but Woods chops it off for Bannockburn. Off a step right foot kick towards half forward now for Bannockburn. Farr leads in the right, sits for him beautifully. He had it. He lost it. He needs some support. Now he wheels around, hand back into traffic towards Drake, who made up a lot of ground from the middle. Can't tell with him. Hobbs is there as well, pushing the back. The umpire play on. Then he dropped the footy. Still coming the other way now. Werribee, great smother by Farr. Kept it in there. And there's that forward pressure again from Bannockburn. It'll be a boundary throw in 35 metres around from their goal. Against Hardingham. Hardingham, Farr got it down to the side of the pack. They can't pick it up though. Dean Perkins is over it. Tried to handball it away. Eddie Galley got a kick away. And gains about 25 metres. But finds the boundary line once again. And Hardingham favours Hardingham. Gets his left hand to it to the side of the pack. Through the middle was Leach. Gets it back again. His handball further afield to nobody in particular. Perkins got a hand on it. Werribee 2-on-1 though. Should be able to break free. The handball comes back to Ordanis off half back. High kick towards centre wing. See under that. Calvert comes back, pushing the back for Bray. And Bannockburn should take the free kick.
I thought Dan Gibbs would have got plugged there because he gave what's name a fair push in the back.
So Hickleton plays on, draws a play, gives it to Woods, still inside the centre square. Runs now free. Alistair Woods, right foot high kick towards Nick Farr again. Has to stand his ground against a couple. Leach, well, that was a high tackle, said the umpire, because Nick Farr fell over. And Werribee had 2-on-1. Simmons can't.
Of the game, that was there, I suppose.
Simmons can't believe it, and the ball will come back to Nick Farr, and he'll shoot for goal from 40 metres out, directly in front.
That first ruck change has been made for the day. Foot off and Dover on.
And Hardingham off and Rich.
And there we go. Both sides doing it.
So Nick Farr, who's kicked one this afternoon already, comes in for goal number 2. Off a couple of steps, right foot kick, looks pretty good. Has just missed.
The centre of the ground. Loads up this time, and that's another beautiful kick. And that actually would have landed in the centre if he had gone straight down the ground. So he's kicking the ball a long way. Eddie emerges from the contest with the ball, goes back towards the half-forward line. Hobbs the first to arrive. John's with him. Needs to pick the ball up, does so, gets away from him. Good pace. Goes back towards Eddie. Eddie on the left foot. Goes in towards centre half-forward. Or would have been a push again, I think, against Farr, but it's been paid or allowed to go on. Perkins has the to Lewis. Goes back to the goal, and Collins doing the right thing, forces the ball through for a minor score. 3 goals, 3 Bannockburn, 1 goal to Werribee. And again, David Leach this time changes his option, goes forward, short to the pockets, and Collins takes the mark. He goes over the top and finds Bray just on 50. So now Bray has the ball, has Smith wide, still looking to go straight down the ground, but it looks at him, called a play on by the umpire now. Chips the ball short, goes into the centre of the ground. Perkins and Lee picks the ball, doesn't quite pick it up, goes to Bliss. Bliss walks out of the back of the contest, handballs the ball straight to Reschke. He steams through the middle. I don't know what you call that, but it was a pass. It goes towards Keisha.
Floating tall.
Spoil comes from behind. Hegarty leads in the race for the ball. Now the pressure's on. Calvert picks the ball up, goes one way, then comes back on the left, looking for options. He goes on his left foot. It's not a good kick. Reek arrives, picks the ball up with a good clean pick-up. Oh, nearly ran back into trouble. It was. And the tackle there from Keisha has been awarded, and the free kick will go to Dean Keisha.
Now, they might be trying at the moment, but I suppose one thing I've noticed from Werribee today that we haven't seen the last few times we've seen them play is that there's a lot more intent about the side. I suppose they might be pretty annoyed about last week's result against Winchelsea, and they've come out today, and although the skills have sometimes let them down at times and Bannockburn have been pretty good, they're putting up a fight at the moment, which is good to see.
So Keisha with his first opportunity of the afternoon. He should kick this for being a full forward, only 15, 20 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. So Dean Keisha comes in, taking plenty of time.
He's a lovely kick of the footy.
Has a bit more momentum up, and he has missed.
Well, there you go.
The ball has options wide again. This time he goes straight down the ground looking for Watts. Gets a dangerous kick again, but Lee Perkins arrives. Does make it good. Gives the handball across to Watts. Watts goes wider. Finds Dando. Dando now goes to Perkins. Gets out of trouble. Goes forward and finds Alistair Woods on centre wing. So the player coming off the ground here is Chris Kelly. Hasn't been on long. He's one of the interchanges. But now the ball kicks short again. Watts is pushed down the ground. Watts now from centre wing. Just ambles. Runs his full quad. If he doesn't kick it, he gets pinged. Goes in long looking for Riccardi. Pushes and shoves Collins out of the road. But Collins does wide. Gets back on the ball. Hobbs picks the ball up. Handballs back. Went looking for Gibbs. The umpire contest there on centre wing. Picked up there by Drake. Whips the ball. Goes looking for Riccardi. Has too much cover on it. Or kick too much pressure, and Collins takes the mark. Goes short to the back pocket. Leach with the ball. Hobbs standing the mark. So now Leach again will load up. Goes in towards centre wing. It's a nice flat kick, but taking the mark as Woods doesn't go back for the set kick. Plays on quickly. In front of the contest. Collins did well, but unfortunately let the ball get through his hand. Who's stinging the goal square behind him? But Peter Riccardi turns around and goes weighing.
In the middle, up against Dorber. She gets it down, but roved by Watt. Handballs to Bliss. Handballs, tried to handball to Nail, and he gets around. He's still got the footy. Bliss, he goes towards half forward. Punched away. Great roving front and centre by Drake. Left foot kick high towards the goal square. This time Collins should mark it, and he does. Uncontested in the end in the left back pocket for Werribee. Goes with the right foot kick out wide. Looking for Reschke, the big man. Nayland got up there. Did Reschke take the mark? The umpire said yes.
Collins has played well so far. Obviously, Riccardi just kicked that goal then, and we all know how good he is, but Collins is definitely holding his own.
Yeah, as I said, if he had stuck that mark, it would have been good too, because he was in the right spot.
Reschke's kick up and under. Kelbert goes up off the back of the pack. Play on. Gibbs gets there. Can't take it though. The numbers with Werribee. Mollivis has got it. 65 out goes long. Over the head of Keisha. Giles reads it better. Robbie Giles takes the mark. Wants to switch play. He's got Alistair Woods on the opposite side. Half back flank takes the mark. Eddie's just on the ground. Can he see him? Yes, he did. The vision was great to Aaron Eddie, who takes the mark straight off the bench.
Kick.
Riccardi on a lead. He just chips it up for him. It's a terrible kick off the boot, though, and should favour Collins. He takes the mark in the right back pocket for Werribee Centrals. He wants to switch as well, dangerously, but it's okay. Leach takes the mark. He plays on quickly around the corner. Created a loose man. Burke's got it outside defensive 50. Got a bit of time to switch the play towards centre wing. Kelbert on a lead, so come from one half back flank to the opposite side centre wing. And now Kelbert back towards the middle. Johns takes the mark. Dylan Watt stands the mark. So Johns just chips it over the top looking for Bray. Dorber bears down, but he takes the mark. Handballs it away quickly now. Oh, no, Burke in trouble. Handballs it back to Kelbert off a standing start. Still on centre wing on the outer side. Now goes with the right foot kick towards the leader. Keisha. It was a great kick. Just held it up nicely. And Dean Keisha has taken the mark 50 out from goal. Probably still too far out to score. Giles is just on 50. Chips the ball in. Out a bit wider. Mollivis has taken the mark. Close to the boundary line. At half forward goes the right foot kick now. Just holds it up in the breeze. Goes towards Braden Smith. Reschke comes as well. Off hands to the front of the pack. Hickleton's there. Over the top of it. Bliss, be careful. Umpire Keating's there. They're all calling ball. And he says yes. I think it is too. And Werribee Centrals will take the free kick. So the big fellas put the tackle on. Reschke and also Keisha. And it'll be Dean Keisha who'll kick from about the same spot as he missed about 3 minutes ago.
Been impressed with him so far. He's got relentless attack on the ball, and I think that's twice now he's wrapped someone up inside the forward 50. So
he's a different player without Kitchen, isn't he?
He is.
Is he going to lead up the ground?
You reckon this would be a Monty, this one, when you're after the last one?
Yeah.
So Keisha comes in, 20 metres out directly in front. He missed the last one from the same spot. He comes in. This time, he has
got it.
Put it through. He's running back to the centre, a bit more confident this time.
Ball thrown in the air. Reschke had eyes on the ball, knocks the ball down, goes and collects it himself, spins out, kicks back towards a half-forward line. And leading in the race for the ball is Carlton. He's looking to get back on his left foot. Gibbs just puts one over the top of his head. I don't know what he did that for. Calvert to Leach. If he gets the ball inside 50, it's a real chance. Handball comes out. It's a good handball. Goes to Mollivis. Good tackle there. Giles intercepts. Handball goes back towards Dando. And Dando sees the ball over the boundary line. It'll be thrown back in. Been good. Dorber up in the ruck. Gets the ball down. Burke. Good work. Gets through the contest. Kicks the ball up. Goes to forward line. But standing in the road is Bliss. And he takes the mark. Handball's back. Goes towards Reek. Reek towards Hickleton. Now the running player is going to be Woods. That's the nice kick. Favours Woods. Woods with good body. But Smith does extremely well for Werribee. So both players do well. Ball picked up by Woods. Comes out. The tackle. So good persistent work there from Braden Smith. And he wins possession of the ball from a strong tackle. Drives the ball back in. I don't know whether he looked to where he was kicking the ball to. Over the top was Hickleton. Hegarty front and square. Can't pick the ball up cleanly. Picked up there or knocked forward there by Dando. Gibbs now favoured by the bounce, picks the ball up, kicks round the corner, has Watts. Now Watts has the ball outside 50. Handballs back to Reek. Reek, not a good kick there. Only found Burke. Burke handballs towards the coach in Leach as he kicks, and the siren sounds to end the first quarter, which will see Bannockburn go in 4-3-27. They will lead the Werribee Central side 2-3-15. Goal kickers.
Okay. So swirling around in the middle out towards the outer side. We'll see how both teams go in the second quarter. Hardingham and Dorber ruck contest. And Hardingham gets it down in the middle. But Dorber does well through the middle. Burke tries to break free, wrapped up by Dorber, not going anywhere. The umpire says drop the footy. Gee whiz.
That's tough.
So Brandon Dorber has the free kick, and
it's mine, mate.
umpire Garn gives that away. Now Hickleton from half-back, tumbling punt towards half-forward Perkins, getting back there. Johns, handball out to nobody in particular. Mollivis doesn't sit for him. Dylan Watts over the top of it. He's under pressure as well. Just got the handball away, but only as far as Johns again. So the turnover and the mark taken out wide. Werribee Centrals are going to be able to try and drive it back towards the middle. Burke, terrible kick though. Drake has the mark for Bannockburn. Nayland on a short lead, goes in that direction. The big fella takes the mark, still inside the centre square.
He's a presence, isn't he?
Now Nayland goes long towards full forward. Riccardi against Collins. Riccardi used the body beautifully. Just the slightest of nudges against Dale Collins, and Riccardi will shoot for goal from 40 metres out. On the right side for a left footer. He's on the outer side half-forward flank, coming into the northern end. He's kicked one this afternoon. A bit fortuitous the first one as it bounced over Dale Collins' fingers, but this one legitimate. He comes in, right left foot kick. Oh, gee whiz. Does he miss that?
Yes.
Geez, that's a good kick. He just laid back on it. No momentum. Werribee 2-3-15.
Obviously, Leach has kicked in, and as it's landed in the centre of the ground again, it goes in the hands of Watts. Goes to Dando. I don't know where that handball was going, but it's gone back to Watts. And the player there as Alice, he arrives, goes now to Drake. Dando's back there again, having trouble picking up the ball, the big fella, but Drake sees the ball over the boundary line. Play Dorber up at Toby Bray, reads that ball out of the contest, kicks in towards centre half forward, leads by Keisha. It favours that player, but he went underneath the ball, didn't go back too hard to find it again. Giles now gets in the race for the ball. Left-hand handball goes towards Hickleton. He has time in space. Steadies himself. Goes out wide. The running player is Woods, who's just got back forward of the contest. Goes over the top towards Perkins, and this is Lee. He goes in short, looking for Eddie. Over the top of Eddie towards Riccardi. Collins. Oh, just a hand in there.
Oh, if you don't mind, umpire.
And Aranetti finishes off the nice work there.
Dorber up against Hardingham. Dorber goes up early. Hardingham got a second tap to it. Burke through the middle as well for Werribee Centrals. Lewis puts the tackle on too. I said the umpire. And they get it away quickly. Move Werribee Centrals. Bray gets the handball and goes with a right foot kick. The lead was on from Keisha. Punched away though by Reek. Goes towards the right forward pocket for the Centurions at the southern end of the ground. Or kick across the face of goal quickly. And Hickleton and Carlton will see it over the back to the contest now. Calvert got it out from the ruck contest by hand. Short little kick is okay back to Calvert. And that came from Carlton. He thought about the handball. But
I think he's more than thought about it.
Elected not to Bray. Hobbs was right next to him. So Simon Calvert will shoot for goal from 50 out. Slight angle. And
just on his range?
Just, I think. He's a better mark than he is a kick. Plays on now. Goes long. Giving it everything he's got. That was good. Well, he's a great mark and he's a good kick. So,
yeah. Hardingham knocks the ball down, goes towards Mollivis, picked up there by Dorber, looking for a way out, does that himself actually, and kicks the ball hard to the half-forward line. Leach picks the ball up, plays on now, and with that customary long kick, it wasn't a good-looking kick off the boot, but it's found Carlton at half-forward. Good hands to Galley. Galley needs to straighten up, run towards goal, and Galley has kicked a goal. So a good bit of play there off the half-back line.
Dorber goes up. Hardingham gets it down, tap back towards Hardingham again. Left foot kick, cross centre wing. Foot race now. Woods won't beat the boundary line there, and it's out of bounds for a throw-in. Umpire throws the ball in. Dorber from behind gets it away. Hickleton, handball towards Gibbs. Got it away by hands to Woods, then to hands to Drake. He goes with a right foot kick towards the lead of Eddie. Has to stand there. Great mark. Good, very tough mark under pressure from Langfield. Did well, stood his ground, took the grab, and will shoot for goal from 35 metres out. 45-degree angle, comes in, right foot kick, keeps it low, drills it towards Riccardi, got his name written on it in a left forward pocket. Tough kick for a left footer though, but he'll come around, screw it around the corner and kick it back to Dylan Watt, who's made ground up and will shoot for goal from 30 metres out, 45-degree angle.
I think we can see how well Bannockburn are running the footy today. So Braden Smith just out there on the far wing was chasing every player from Bannockburn relentlessly, and every possession that they had was clean and a swift. And I suppose if they made a mistake there, Smith would have wrapped them up, but that wasn't the case, and now they've got a shot on goal.
Watt comes in, right foot kick, missed it to the near side. Just allowed a little bit too much, so he's
burn off come finals time, because in this sort of weather, they're as good as anyone at moving that football.
I think so. Jeez, that's a good kick.
I think he should kick out from both sides, actually, be advantage with it. So Leach has brought the ball back into the centre of the ground. Oh, Galley with some good body work. He's able him now to run onto the ball. He runs inside 50, closes on 25, loads up and kicks behind.
That was important.
Wide is Brad Watts. That was their first target. He has Dorber, but now he's looking for other options. Possibly goes out wide. Dorber's going to be the target. Ellis is there. Hardingham across with the flight of the ball at ground level. Look out, there's going to be a collision coming. Both players ran straight at hard, and one of them was Blissy, the other one was Ordanis, and they both did very well. Ball now at ground level, picked up there by Mollivis, goes back to Carlton, gets on his left foot, tries to get round the first one.
He's in trouble.
Escapes the first one. He probably was lucky to get through and needed to slam it on the boot, but umpires pinged him, and free kick goes to Bannockburn and Robbie Giles. So Robbie Giles has the ball, half-back flank, and now he's got 50 for the lip. And,
well, that was always going to be on.
That will move him from one end of the ground to the other now, I think. So Robbie Giles should be just inside the centre square, I think.
I think he had a bit of a point there, though. He got the handball away. I think the umpires have been consistent with it so far, but if someone takes someone on and they get the slightest hand on them after they get around that first play, then the umpire's been red hot and pulling them up.
So kick from Giles goes looking for nailing out in a strong lead, and I suppose when you get a kick like that coming forward, there's not much chance for you. The ball now goes looking for Riccardi. A bit too strong on the kick, and over the top is Collins. Nayland probably should have loaded up and gone for goal because he can kick a football. Ball's transferred to the far side of the ground. Galley leads up, takes the mark. Sun shining on his head. Ball now with Leach. He goes short, and that wasn't a good kick, so he might be better to stick to the long stuff because Hobbs intercepts the ball. Goes back to Wishart. Went to the first time, now it's back with Bliss. Bliss now loads up, goes back towards the goal square. Riccardi behind, Mark in front, Collins, good mark.
Hunt from behind.
So ball now transferred, and again a 2-on-1 situation here, so it's up against the Werribee side, picked up there by Watt, has time to steady, went to chip the ball over the top. Good work there from the Werribee boys. In the hands of Bray, goes looking for Smith. He picks the ball up, gets his foot to ball, goes in towards the half-forward line, coming out. Strong defence there from Van Ingen, knocks the ball forward. Kelbert, I think, is over the top of the ball. No, it's not. It's Kasha. Now Giles joins in. He picks the ball up. Handball's out. Good to Van Ingen. Van Ingen goes short, only 5 metres. Lewis told to play on. He kicks the wide, goes towards forward line. Riccardi leading towards the ball, takes possession of the ball, goes back by hand to Dylan Watt. Dylan Watt now kicks the ball forward, goes looking for Eddie. 2-on-1 situation. Again, the numbers are not good with the kicks going in. Leach gets the ball, handball's wide, picked up there, goes back to Leach. Leach now has a player running wide, that's Ordanis. He doesn't get a favourable bounce, but has time to steady. Then look away handball, didn't hit its target. Kelbert has to go back and get it again. Players arrive, and now it's Aaron Eddy for the Bannockburn side. Picks up, swings, goes on the left, chips back inside, and Dean Perkins. So Dean Perkins is in range here. This is just in his range too, I think.
End-to-end stuff, isn't it?
And quick movement. So Dean Perkins, the Leyland's run past, and he gets 2 metres out, kicks towards the goal again. Not much carry on the kick. 2-on-1 situation, and Collins in right position again in front of Riccardi, and Collins has done very well. Chips the ball wide. Goes towards Langfield. He takes the mark at the back pocket and kicks the ball outside 50. Player running there is Smith, so he takes the mark. Just steadies things a little bit for the Werribee side. Kicks round the boundary line, goes looking for Carlton. Takes a mark just to the field of play. So Carlton now. Lead comes from Burke. That's where he goes to. In front of Van Ingen. Doesn't take the possession of the ball. Blissy came through, and I think he took the ball out of Jamie Van Ingen's hands there, but the ball has gone over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play.
In front. From behind Calvert, took it out of the ruck contest. Got a quick left foot kick around the corner. Runs past Galley, and also Wishar's got the job on him now too. Mollivis is there. Galley folds it up again. Shuffles the handball to Mollivis. Great work. 30 metres out. Straight in front goal.
Fantastic.
So Mollivis kicks his first.
Work in this second quarter. Ball thrown in the air. Hardingham maybe a nil draw there, but coming through with Smith again, and he bursts through the contest. Kicks inside 50, goes towards full forward. Burke against Van Ingen. Ball runs over the boundary line, but with the resulting handball, gets it out. Drake just fends off with the right hand, then kicks back, and Ordanis is, I was going to say, it's taken the mark and then flicked it out the back. And it was a good bit of play because he's gone in forward, and it's a nice kick, a beautiful kick there, and it's hit Mollivis on the in the front of the eyes, and it was a kick coming in from Dale Evans. So it was a magnificent kick. So it travelled some 45, 50 metres.
Tough shot, though.
So Molivus, who kicked the last goal, is well within range. Angle just to deal with, comes in 25 metres out, just guides the ball. Looked very nice off the boot. Umpire did not even move, and it's straight through for his second goal of the afternoon.
From the start of the second quarter, both get a hand to it again. Tapped forward. Oh, was that high on Wishart? The umpire said no, he dropped the footy. Gee whiz, that's a bit tough. So Werribee Central's with the free kick. Ordanis with it. Back into the centre square, goes to the right foot, long kick towards Keisha. Got his name written on it, punched away by Lewis. Handball came out towards Reek, across the goal. Short little kick, terrible off the boot by the looks, but it got to Gibbs. Tried to draw a player and then dropped the footy. Umpire said play on, so I gave him a chance. Handball came back out towards Johns at half forward for Werribee Centrals. Had it, lost it, then wrapped up, and the umpire said it was a hold. So free kick there for Werribee Centrals. Justin Johns has it, gives it away by hand to Carlton. Left footer back towards the towards the teeth of goal. Coming out Burke. Handball back inboard looking for Ordanis. Going to get wrapped up. Loses the football. Lewis behind. Handball to a standing start. Foot just back on the ground. Watt. He chips the ball over the top. The lead's on. It's okay. Finds Perkins. And that's Dean. Back end of centre wing. Goes towards far and a long lead. Has to be good here. And can't get it. The ball comes to the back for Simmons for Werribee Centrals. He's on centre wing. Now left foot kick. Drives it back towards Burke. Takes the mark uncontested. Chips around the corner towards centre half forward. They're lining up Werribee Centrals. Molivus takes the mark. 50 out from goal. Just holds up. He kicked the last two goals for Werribee Centrals. Thought about the handball. He does. He gives it to the coach Leach. Good option. 55 out. Right foot kick. And he's missed. Good. Geez, the accuracy was the only thing missing. 5-5. A goal the difference. Lewis kicks in. Tries to David Leach impersonate. Goes down the middle. But Simon Kelberdy's name written on in front of Woods and took the mark. So Werribee to drive it back inboard. Goes with a right foot kick. The lead's on from Keisha. And takes the mark. Will shoot for goal. 45 metres out directly in front while Keisha's lining up for goals.
How much are West up by?
Quarter time scores.
Only 4 points down.
Dale.
Oh. Yeah, quarter time scores. Anarchy 2 behinds. Trail Belpost still 6 goals 7. Thompson 2 goals 5. Lead North Geelong 2 goals 2. Winch 1 goal 6. 1 to 3 goals 1 Belmont. Corio 5-2. Trail Inverleigh 5 goals 4. And Geelong West 4 goals 2. Trail East Geelong 4 goals 6.
There you go.
Oh, good.
Calm before the storm.
So Dean Keisha, 45 metres out directly in front.
The West Storm.
For his second goal of the afternoon. He comes in now, and that is the Stephen Kernahan helicopter. Don't worry about that. 3 for 1 behind. He's missed it. 1 goal, 2.
So it's not working. So get back to the old system, boy. So Lewis now kicks in, goes along looking for foot. Calvert's up and down before the ball arrives. And the free kicks come.
It's gone Werribee's way.
It goes to Calvert, so he must have been a push in from behind. So Simon Calvert to put Werribee back into attack once again. Has the ball, goes back, and that man Leach, look out, this could go through. Loads up, nice looking kick. It's going to go right to the teeth of goal, and Gibbs was there, and Darnis is trying to kick one around the corner, does so, but can't bring it back far enough, and goes through for his third minor score of the afternoon, and 6 goals 7 to the Werribee Central side. They lead Bannockburn 5 goals 5, and probably 20 minutes gone, second quarter. Commonwealth Hotel scoreboard.
Kick in from Lewis, goes short to Giles, chips it to Hickleton, has to stand and wait, still inside defensive 50, takes the mark in front of Molivus. He chips the ball over the top as well to Woods, still inside defensive 50, so 3 kicks, and they're at 50 now. He had Watt short, called to play on now, goes through the middle looking for far, but chopped off. Roland Beck takes the mark for Werribee Central, so the turnover. Beck now, right foot kick towards centre half forward. Bannockburn with the numbers so they can raffle it. Oh, there you go, if you don't mind. Bannockburn player, it was Van Inget who went up on the back of Sam Hickleton, took the mark, gave it away to Bliss.
Welcome back to senior
Oh,
footy.
and the kick from Bliss, turned it over to Johns. There's another turnover at half forward, and he chips the ball back to whence it came. Hegarty, it's over his head, but pushed it by Matthew Lewis, and he'll take the free kick, the skunk. And we'll shoot for goal from 40 metres out, 45-degree angle.
I don't know if Lewis is too impressed with the haircut because he gave him a few when he was dragged you to the ground there.
Jamie Van Ingen does that at training, obviously. Just gets on the back of Hicko and a few others and takes some grabs.
Not a bad grab, was it?
It was a good grab. He didn't have to do it, though. It was a good grab, though. So, Hegarty comes in. Good kick off the boot.
Nice kick off.
Beautiful. Straight through the middle. That's where to kick it. And Hegarty has...
Lewis didn't need to do that.
So Hegarty's kicked the goal, and now Hegarty will have another shot for goal. Too high, said the umpire.
That's going to be a real momentum killer for Bannockburn if Hegarty can kick a second one.
So they're 7-7-49. They're leading by 14 points over Bannockburn 5-5-35. So this to make it 20 points the difference. Hegarty is probably coming from a little bit closer in terms of accuracy, but from angle, but still probably 40 metres out.
So he's probably deserves that shot on goal because he's a game man going back and mouthing off one of the Lewis boys after you've kicked the goal.
Peter Riccardi. He's just saying it's been half a game, he hasn't had a run on the ball yet. So Hegarty comes in now, 40 metres out from goal. And, well, he's missed everything this time. So out of bounds on the full, hasn't cost a score. Has cost Matthew Lewis his spot on the ground at the moment because he's off. Been replaced by Hobbs.
And a good choice too. It's stupid things like that that cost you games of football and finals games. So the ball chipped in from Higgleton finds Woods. Woods has Higgleton running past in the overlap. He goes to him now. Again, we're still short, so in the outer back pocket now, and Ross Dando has the ball. So Dando's been called a play on by the umpire. Players don't think he's heard the mark, and Darnis hasn't heard the call, and Ross Dando proceeds and kicking the ball outside 50 will obviously put the Werribee side back into attack. Umpire now just blowing off time on the short kick, comes in, goes looking for Darnis, doesn't take the mark, it's over the top of his head, and again, don't know why they kicked it to get 70 forward. So the ball's now thrown back into play. There's a free kick given. It goes this time against Rescue and goes to Foot. So Foot with a resulting free kick for Bannockburn. Deep in their defence, goes by hand to Bliss. Tries to get around Rescue, does so. Who knows what the Bliss bloke will do. Handball's no good, goes straight to Galley. I think he might have made him a teammate or a brother. Both sides at this stage because the ball's not moving at all well. Higgleton takes the ball out of the contest, goes over the top, finds Gibbs. Gibbs now, Eddie's goes forward. Kick ball out and far. Went looking for it, couldn't see it. Simmons goes back and get it. Simons, I should say, goes to Leach. Leach has a player running in Langfield. Langfield kicks round the corner, goes towards Bray. Gibbs up over the back. There's a push out. And probably fair enough, he didn't take the mark and he used his foot, but free kick going towards Toby Bray. So I think these blokes want to get some highlights off the reel, but they're not going to get many highlights doing that sort of stuff. Ball goes forward. Perkins comes out in its lead. Doesn't take the mark. Van Ingen with his head over the ball. O'Darnis emerges from the pack. A good handball there. Goes to Beck. Beck feeds the ball forward. Molivers. Hegarty. Hegarty with time. Drops the ball. Kicks the ball out. I think he's brought it back far enough. He might have brought it back too far. Actually, it hasn't scored. So Galley has the ball in the far forward pocket. Steadies himself. Gives himself room. Kicks round the corner. And I think he's just missed it, has he?
Yeah, he's hit the post.
He's hit the post. So some good work there from Damien Galley. Been very, very important in this quarter of football, he's tackling. So now Alistair Woods kicking in. So his kick's not good, but it does find...
Nailon's all by himself and they can move the footy as well.
Gibbs it was that had the ball. He went backwards to look for Reek. So Reek's put under pressure. The ball goes over the top. Finds Drake. Steadies himself. Runs back inside. Kicks going looking for Foot, and Foot takes the mark. So Foot with the ball. Now he goes to Riccardi. He must be on the ball now.
Yes. That's what Nailon's all by himself on the goal square, that's why.
Collins has actually gone with him and he chips the ball short and finds Hobbs. So
he's telling him to hurry up and get it to him.
In the forward pocket. He goes wide. The big fella's over the top, but Farr reaches in front, takes a good grab. So Nick Farr just inside forward 50.
I'm surprised it took so long for Werribee to realise that Nailon was by himself. He was the only one inside that forward 50 for about 20 seconds.
So that kick wasn't good coming in from Nick Farr. Set up the Bannockburn teammate. Now it's Burke who emerges from the defence, kicks in towards the half-forward line, goes towards Galley. He takes the mark. Handball goes inside to Calvert. Calvert runs inside 50. Probably took one more step than he needed to. Kicks the ball. Mark not in the goal square was by Retzky. Drops the ball. Kick off the ground by Hegarty. But, umpire, so it's already gone through for a behind, so took all that joy out of that.
Collins going to Nailon now, so they actually didn't have an opponent.
So the quick kick in came from Hickleton, goes to Riccardi into the middle to Perkins. Dean plays on now, goes with a chip up towards Nailon on a lead. He comes out, the big fella takes the mark, shoot for goal from 45 metres out. Got Woods by himself. He kicks into the man on the mark, falls towards Lee Perkins, now Far. Look for the handball. Now he kicked it around the corner and kicked it high into the goal square. 2-on-1. And, well, the mark taken by Wishart. Great shepherd by Woods, who just stood his ground, and Jamie Wishart's taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 10 metres out.
Nailon covers some ground for a big man, doesn't he? He's nice and quick off the mark, and I suppose that'll be one of their key things heading into finals.
What would you try with a shot from inside 50?
Yeah,
he short passes.
Yeah, that's true. Jamie Wishart has kicked the goal. The umpire says all clear.
Ball's not going down there. It's silly having him sitting at full forward. So we're back in the centre of the ground. The mark of the tap out has been taken there and it's been pushed forward by Hardingham. Picked up by Burke. Goes back to Roland Beck. Beck now just takes a bit 2 minutes time to kick the ball forward. Goes in for though. It's well read there by Carlton. Handball comes out and it's Riccardi who emerges with the ball. His hands go back to Hobbs. Over the top towards Gibbs. Now Gibbs in space. Has time to set. He kicks wide and Alistair Woods searching for it. Marks it. Plays on as he's done for most of the day. Takes his second bounce and approaches 50. Steps inside Smith. Goes back to Dill Watt. Watt now back to Woods. It wasn't a good handball. Puts him under pressure. So we're back with Dylan Watt outside 50. Twists and turns. Goes back to the right. Back towards Eddie. Has foot inside. The kick there again wasn't good. It goes towards Riccardi. A push in the back from Galley and the Peter Riccardi with a recipient free kick. Matthew Foote was probably the bigger target to go to and he had space by himself. That's where Riccardi goes. So now he takes the mark right at centre half forward. Kicks the ball short. Wasn't a good kick. It's going to get over the top. Ball's cleaned up there.
Well done.
Got some good play there. Ball ends up with Lewis. Taps the ball forward. Crowding onto the ball is Perkins. Kicks round the corner. Had more time than he thought. Goes up in the air. Goes towards the boundary line. Still in the field of play. Now it's out. And thrown in right beside the behind post.
Perkins has done that twice in the last 4 minutes. He just grabbed the ball and
Takes Hardingham. Ball comes over the top, goes towards Eddie. Hardingham does well, feeds the ball wide. Roland Beck, the running player, goes towards centre wing. Calvert up. Not many blokes will get the ball in front of out of his hands when he's up like that. Handball's back inside and goes to Burke. Burke now kicks back into the centre of the ground. Far up over the top. Foot kicks the ball off the ground. Runs the ball forward. Picked up there by Lewis. He's pressured there by Johns. A good tackle. No way, no, he's going to get out of that tackle. And that's a good tackle from Justin Johns. So Johns with the free kick right in the centre of the ground. Has time now. Kicks the ball. Goes towards the half-forward line. Players coming out. Hickleton. Rescue behind. Well, Rescue had first grab. Ball at ground level. He picks the ball up. Ducks and weaves. Kicks round the corner. Wasn't a good kick. What's favoured? Now it's with Hegarty. He does well. Tries to knock the ball back. Hickleton now comes out of the contest. Handball's behind him. Goes towards Reek. He gets through the first contest. Goes back to Hickleton by hand. Hickleton back to Dill Watt. Needs to pick the ball up. Does so. Good tackle again by Johns. Goes to far. Over the top to Woods. Now Woods in space and by himself. Goes in looking for Wishart. Needs to be a good kick. Was a good kick. Wishart didn't take the mark. Kicks off the ground. Goes back towards Nayland. Comes out.
Ooh.
Avoids the first contest. Free kick. Oh, geez. I don't know about that either. But anyway, Benny Nayland's going to have the resulting free kick.
it was high, but I guess it's whether there was too much contact there to stop the play.
Let's hope he doesn't short pass here.
Well, I don't think he's going to. He's lining up for it.
So Benny Nayland, the kick from about 40 metres out, almost directly in front. Normally a good kick. It's going to drift across and through for a minor score.
He's on. Gains 10 metres. Gets a good shepherd as well and goes towards centre wing. They line up far in the middle over the back. Eddie did well. Oh, gee, that was a mark. I thought he was the only one who got hands on it. He's handball forward to Bliss and also Riccardi. Gets a shepherd handball to Watts. Back to Riccardi. Can give it to Far. Little left foot kick though as the siren sounds. And that is half time. And it is Werribee Central's 7-9-51. They lead.
Oh, the Oz kickers.
Bannockburn 6-6-42. 5 goals, 6 in that quarter from Werribee Central's. 2 goals, 3 to Bannockburn. And a 9-point gap at half time. The goal kickers, Dale.
Goal.